Browns and the Eagles, that Cleveland quarterback competition, something to watch all the way to week 1, even if it's just to settle QB2 behind Joe Flacco. Shedeur Sanders injured, not playing. Dillon Gabriel healthy. He missed week 1 of the preseason. Over the middle there to convert a third down to Blake Whiteheart. Keeps the drive alive. 4 of 4 for Gabriel on this drive. 29 yards, and the Browns would punch it in. But here, a mistake you just don't want to see your rookie make. Picked off, and it's Andrew Makuba the other way. Browns were in field goal position. Just gave up a pick six, 75 yards to the house. Later in the quarter, Browns now up 9-7. Pierre Strong here fumbles, and guess who falls on it? It's Makuba. Pick six, a fumble recovery for the Eagles here. Gabriel finishes 13 of 18, 143 yards in 5 drives. How about Kyle McCord, another rookie QB here, to Anais Smith for the touchdown. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and hit as he throws, and it's KJ Henry, another pick six in this game. The Browns go on to win this one, 22-13. Again, Gabriel, those 143 yards and a pick in his debut. Showing you the box score here. Kyle McCord, already showed you Gabriel's numbers. McCord, a rookie for Philadelphia, 8 of 16, 47 yards, and the touchdown we showed you, but it comes in a loss to Cleveland, 2-0 this preseason, 22-13. Tyler Sullivan to react to these games here that we just showed you. We'll pick out a few. And Tyler, how do we start anywhere but Cleveland, given what we saw from Shedeur Sanders a week ago, and now Dillon Gabriel? Sanders sidelined with an injury. Gabriel missed the first preseason game because of an injury, but he gets his start. 5 drives, and other than the pick six, which, is not easy to just glance over, but other than the pick six, looked pretty good. 13 of 18, 143 yards, no touchdowns, and again, that pick six. What did you think of Gabriel showing?
Yeah, it's tough when you say, well, minus the pick six, because that's kind of a big piece of this whole thing too, and that's what's going to be the sticking point, I think, with the coaching staff. You can't turn the ball over, and this is not getting talked about as much. I thought he was at fault, and I think he was actually credited for the fumble there. It was Pierre Strong Jr. the fumble earlier in that game as well. It was kind of on an exchange in the handoff. I think they gave that to Dillon Gabriel. You could probably just say it's 50-50, so maybe 1.5 turnovers in this game, or at least involved in 2 turnover-worthy plays. That can't happen when you're in a quarterback controversy. If you are a established starter, maybe the alarm bells will still go off, but overall, you can't do that if you're Dillon Gabriel. Yes, as you referenced, an efficient outing. He showed some flashes. 13 of 18. You complete over 70% of your passes. You're doing overall something right. But again, it's those turnovers. There was no real flash in terms of scoring plays. So yeah, you can lean on the efficiency, but again, it's that number over there. It's 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Again, I credit him half for that fumble earlier. So looking at the quarterback competition overall, you look at Shedeur Sanders, didn't throw any turnovers in that opener, and it's kind of silly because you do look at that game, you look at the game tape, there was at least 1 turnover-worthy throw that Sanders had in that debut, but he doesn't have it on his resume right now. Overall, I still think that this is Joe Flacco's job. Again, everybody's dealing with injuries, it feels like, outside of Joe Flacco. I don't know if that's the route that I would go down. Maybe that gives Kevin Stefanski the opportunity to win games early this season, but at some point, I think you have to figure out what you have and give a longer look to the likes of Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders to see if they are building blocks for the future. Again, Sanders is getting a lot of love, but Gabriel's the 3rd-round pick. He should probably have the inside track. So at some point, if they want to make that turn to a younger quarterback, it could be Gabriel.
Shedeur a week ago, 14 of 23, 138, and those 2 touchdowns you talked about, no turnovers. All right, so we showed you the quarterback room. It's crowded. We know that. If Flacco starts week 1, it's a difficult start for the Browns on the schedule. So if Flacco starts week 1, what do you think the Browns should do here with their 2 rookie quarterbacks? Do they move one? Is Kenny Pickett still on the roster when this regular season starts?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's really going to come down to health, right? I mean, if one of these quarterbacks aren't healthy, that kind of makes the decision for you. But if it were me, if I were running the Cleveland Browns, I'm not. It'd be quite the payday if I could, but ultimately I'm not. But if I were running the Cleveland Browns, to me, I would, again, look at your young quarterbacks. I don't know what Kenny Pickett does for you. The same thing that Joe Flacco does. It can help you maybe win now, but I don't know if he's a guy that is really going to help raise your ceiling in 2026 and in 2027, because that's really what the conversation is here when we talk about possibly handing the keys over to Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders. Can they maybe you take a step back a little bit in 2025, but you're building that foundation to actually compete for something, a playoff spot in those years later on. So I would probably keep both the young quarterbacks. I'd certainly keep Dillon Gabriel. Again, you spent a third-round pick on him. Shedeur Sanders is the name in this quarterback room. But again, given his draft status, given where the team and the rest of the NFL seemingly values him, maybe he's a little bit more expendable. Again, that first showing was impressive. I would want to keep him around. So for me, it would be Joe Flacco, Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders. I'd start with those three. And if you want to keep one more, okay, fine. We'll keep Kenny Pickett. But if you're only going to have three quarterbacks, I'd stay with the veteran that you'll start the year with in Flacco, and then have your two developmental QBs duke it out in the shadows.
Yeah, 4 starts to sound like a big number on a 53-man roster with the quarterback position there. All right, how about the Patriots and the Vikings game here? New England wins 20-12, and everybody was impressed by what Drake May was able to do as a rookie last year at quarterback. So we didn't see a lot of him on Saturday, but kind of know what you're getting there probably. And you'd love to have a running game that is solid for a second-year QB like May. What does New England have at the running back position? Travion Henderson scored a touchdown today.
Yeah, a really impressive showing for the second week in a row for the second-round pick out of Ohio State. He is someone that I'm really interested to see the kind of role that he's going to be given with the New England Patriots, because I think when he was first drafted, everybody kind of looked at him and said, okay, this is going to be the next James White. This is going to be the next Shane Vereen, that receiving back as he was lauded for his pass-blocking abilities at Ohio State. But now you're starting to see maybe this could be more like a Jahmyr Gibbs type role in between the tackles type of a runner. Again, only played a little bit in this game, but had 2 third-down conversions on the ground. One was a 3rd and 8, and the other, or 3rd and 11, excuse me, and the other one was a 3rd and 4 that he took 8 yards for a touchdown and was really weaving through traffic. He is showing burst that this Patriots offense hasn't had at any of the skill positions as far back as I can remember. And so they're going to have to find ways to get this young guy the football, whether it's, again, through the air in the passing game or traditionally out of the backfield, because we saw it last week. This dude is liable to take it 100 yards to the house on a kickoff. You saw that explosiveness again here on Saturday against the Minnesota Vikings. So this is going to end up being a very massive piece to their offense.
And in Indianapolis, Packers, no Jordan Love, still injured after surgery on the left thumb. But the story, of course, everybody's following with the Colts is QB1. Is it going to be the number 4 overall pick from a few years ago, Anthony Richardson, or will it be the new guy, Daniel Jones? And the numbers on these guys today, Tyler Jones was 7-11, 101 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Richardson, 6 of 11, 73 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Have they figured anything out? Has this helped Shane Steichen settle anything in Indianapolis?
I still think he has a few sleepless nights ahead of him, because neither one of these quarterbacks really jumped out and took the job by force. I would say if we're going to determine a winner out of week 2 of the preseason, I would give it to Daniel Jones. I felt like the offense was a lot smoother with him under center. There were still some warts, no doubt. But with Anthony Richardson, you still kind of saw those warts where there was some inconsistencies throwing short. There was some throws into traffic that were really dangerous. So I would give it to Daniel Jones. And again, not perfect. You saw that first series against the Green Bay Packers, miscommunication with the snap. It seemed like he pulled out a little bit too early. Ball hits the ground. The Colts are able to jump on it, but overall derails the entire opening drive. They have to punt. And then the second